Yeah, certainly I think for us moving forward, what's great about the space is it recognizes we live in an on-demand consumption universe. Certainly live and local is our lifeblood, but we have all of the space we need to distribute through so many other channels.
A huge advantage that we had with this move was we were able to build the station exactly the way we wanted to from the ground up.
We walked in on this 18th floor first time around, it was completely empty, and you could start to get a sense of, from working with the architects on test fits, what it could look like, that you could flow through the content space and really feel like you were part of the show, even if you weren't in a studio. Having the opportunity to start from scratch, we knew we needed a special partner, and Pepper was perfect for us because they were able to obviously come with this wealth of experience with traditional office spaces, but then, meld it into the unique situation we have here.
Pepper was able to build our very specific studio space, but they were also able to do the general office space without any problems at all. Bill Callahan was our superintendent for Pepper, and they stepped right up. Anytime there were little issues or little changes we needed to make to tweak everything, they were able to pivot to go from working on the studio space to working on the office space, and it all worked together to make everything happen on time and under budget.
The amazing thing about getting to do this every day is that the faucet's always running. But the problem with moving it is the faucet's always running. We're live, local, 24/7, and you had to be able to create a rolling project schedule.
To make that work here, what we did was we built another master control room as much as we could in this location, and then we connected this master control with the master control back at the Trib Tower using a special microwave system, and we had continuous connectivity between both locations. So we would, like one weekend we took down, Studio B. Another weekend we took down half of the newsroom. We moved half of the newsroom here. We still had the remaining part of the newsroom at the other side. We got to a point where we had enough stuff working over here that we just made the big switch.
It is time for the 2 a.m. news. Here is Vic Vaughn.
Thanks, Carl. And
it worked.
Woo! It worked. Special thank you to the listener for joining us. This is a notable moment, as you can hear the crew in WGN radio broadcast history. This news report and all subsequent news reports will be broadcast from our newsroom at 303 East Wacker, 18 floors above the Chicago River. And with that, away we go.
We always like to think of ourselves as being a startup in a 90-year-old skin. Well, that skin's not 90 years old anymore. It's brand new. Starting fresh here allowed us to create a space where people could be modular in how they set up their workday. As an example, the plans have various sized conference rooms, but they also have communal workspaces outside of offices.
When we built the newsroom, we also built it with one news workstation in the middle and then 4 workstations around it.
And then inside that space, 6 separate production suites for podcasts, for reporters that are doing things for other Tribune stations. It just gave us a lot of flexibility and the ability then to have people feel collaborative.
We created another opportunity for something that we hadn't done that much over at the Trib Tower because we were limited. We built a performance studio. The performance studio has a stage on it. It's all acoustically great. It's the kind of thing that we can have, a 5, 6, 8-piece band come in and record them, put them on the air, and make everything sound great.
And then we have a green room that is the envy of nearly every broadcast outlet, even syndicated television show that I know of. It sits and looks at the lake, and it's just expansive and really, as big as it is, still a cozy place for people to get ready to go on the air. It's really kind of one of my favorite spaces. Everything that we do every day still harkens back to our history But inside this space now, we can, really feel like we're new again and we're innovators. You have a heritage brand like WGN that needs to be in a space that attracts a unique and nimble set of young contributors.
WGN is a really special place. We have a really, really strong history, and we've fortunately been able to incorporate a lot of our history within our current space.
And so to be able to take not only, the letters that came off Tribune Tower and have them, those giant 4-foot WGN sitting against the wall when you step off the elevator, to having some of our classic photographs blown up to wrap around the rack room for engineering, you're immediately reminded every day that you better think of a new idea and you better honor the old ones too.